everybody, welcome back to the AlexCloud2275 stream. Hope you're all doing well this fine day. I'm doing good. Ready and raring to bring you another fantastic, phantasmatical, ferocious foray into Final Fantasy XVI for my gaming pleasure and your viewing pleasure. I do ask that you do any likes, follows, comments, or subscribes that you may wish or want to do now or in the future to help build my channel and all that jazz. For now, we're just going to continue with these side quests. We'll start with Last Licks, see where it takes us, and then do the other quests. But yeah, we'll just jump straight into it. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Oh, also, this is the setup of everything for now. But we rolled a 1, so we're still with the Phoenix.
And then I dreamed I saw the sea. And what about the walls?
Unless Leviathan decides to pay us another visit, I reckon they'll hold.
You might have a white chocobo, but have you ever seen a silver one? They had them in the north, apparently. They were flighty creatures, though, and the old northerners never managed to tame them. Oh, what I wouldn't give to try.
A storm for the ages, that was. The wind carried off half me blimmin' timber. Just flung it across the forest like a stack of toothpicks.
I'm just glad it didn't carry us off.
After witnessing that little fit of Leviathans, I can see why my ancestors were quick to turn to the witch's magics. Had you not been here to calm the beast, we'd all be sleeping with the fishes.
Alright, let's go.
Where will we find them?
Further in.
This one.
Freedom to heal.
That's a fair point. I need to stock up on my medicines.
Where was the cane you saw flickering again?
So the storm has finally passed.
Am I not help, Nan? You see?
I'm so sorry for all the trouble.
This is all we have. Well, if you're sure you need it, may it serve you well. Then I bid you good tide.
Right, there we go, all potioned up. Oh yeah, it's a boat. Yeah, that's from Leviathan. Yep, that makes perfect sense. that path.
These will do nicely.
It's over.
I just feel bad about that.
Return to the sea, and to the clouds rise again.
Them sounds be
We have our
squelchy.
bait then. What next?
Next, we pay a visit to the Dark Gate to pick some local weed. It'll help disguise our scent.
Okay, local weed at the Dark Gate. Ah, further on. Fair enough.
There should be a sprig or two of local weed growing somewhere around here. Look for the golden leaves.
Is this it?
Aye, that's the stuff. Crush the leaves between your fingertips and rub them on your clothes.
If you insist. You could have warned me about the smell.
Like corruption, isn't it? We'll have an honor guard of flies before long. But it'll stop the Givra from noticing us. Its nose will tell it we're nothing but a feast for worms.
Oh, I feel so much better.
We can wash it off afterwards. If there's one good thing about the Givra choosing the ruins for its hunting ground, it's that there's plenty of fresh water nearby.
It's over. Go for it. Where should we lay the bait?
Givers are creatures of habit. Look for some sign of its passing. It's sure to return to the same place sooner or later.
marking his territory.
Something was. A curl, maybe.
A fresh kill.
But not a Givras. The wounds are too clean, too small.
These look like a predator's tracks. You can clearly make out the claws.
And not just any claws. These belonged to a Givra. There's no mistaking them. We'll lay the bait here.
Let's hope our friend is hungry. Still no sign.
Patience, Clive. Hunting's not something you can rush.
Have you stalked these beasts before?
Once. Givras are fast, so the job called for a bearer. But even with my knack, it was a close-run thing.
Not many leaders would take such risks for their people.
Says the man who battled an icon to save a boy he barely knew. It is the way of the moats of water to use what gifts we've been given for the good of all. And I gather it's your way too.
It was Sid, the man whose name I bear. He fought for his people and their future with every fibre of his being. And I'm just following in his footsteps. In many ways, you remind me of him.
Me? You're confusing daring with desperation. Quiet. Something's coming. Our guest has finally arrived.
Shall we greet him?
It'd be rude not to.
Aren't you an ugly little thing?
Nice try. Help me, boy. I needed that. Nice try. To me, boy. Too slow. Nice try. You weren't exaggerating when you said they were dangerous.
They're forces of nature, all right. And with this one's passing, the river of life has calmed. O roaring torrent, son of storms, may your spirit run free in the open ocean. This flesh I claim, that your gifts might rain down upon us this day, and our river flow in spate once more. Well then, let's return to the village. We must get this tongue to Yamila before it spoils.
Gulver tongue obtained. Echion's 5.
No need to ride from here.
After witnessing that little fit of Leviathans,
A storm for the ages, though.
And then I dreamed.
Yamila introduced us to her sister. The poor woman could hardly lift her head. Much like me after we returned from Rosalith.
Back so soon, brother? Did your quarry prove less elusive than Shula reported it? Or more?
Tributary! My lord! Did all proceed as planned?
It did. Here. 1 Geaver tongue. As promised.
For centuries, the people of the north of brewed teas made with the tongue of Giva to cure a myriad of ailments, both bodily and mind, much to the chagrin of the religion's Givers, the region's Givers who rarely survive the removal process. Not religion.
Oh, thank you. I shall add it to the broth at once. By your leave, tributary.
If there is anything else that we can do to help, you need only ask.
No, no. You've already done more for my family than I can ever repay.
Just as you have, Clive, for my family. I only regret that I have nothing to offer you in return but my gratitude.
It's more than enough. Besides, I'm no less grateful to you.
For what?
For welcoming my friends and I into your midst. For showing us how your people live. For reminding me that the world we strive to create, where bearers can live alongside their fellow men in peace and comfort, is no mere fantasy.
I'd hardly call it comfort. Every day is a struggle. Though we do at least struggle together, it's true.
As must we all. I only ask that you remember the cost of using your gifts as a bearer. I know that you feel it's your duty to do whatever you can to help your people. But you have a child to think about now. And Wallis has lost enough.
I shall bear that in mind.
That's all I ask. Oh, and if there is anything else that we can do to help, well, you know.
Thank you. Truly.
Last looks. Reflection of Darkness. Arms of Darkness enhances the Arms of Darkness, increasing the area of effect. Allowing to execute the ability at any time, regardless of the recovery status. Okay. Back to us three? Alright, cool.
If all goes well, you will be the first to visit Witchdrop in many moons.
I've sent a hunting party to recover the remains of the Givra we slew. His flesh, his bone, his skin, every drop of that great torrent of life that we can join to our own stream, we shall.
Sweet. Alright. We'll do Lost in the Woods first.
And what about the walls?
A storm for the ages, that was.
might take a while.
Make it look easy.
Is that the hunter?
It's you. Nasser's savior.
Are you all right? What happened?
I was tracking an ibex when a great spout of water struck me square in the back. Sent me flying all the way across the clearing.
Did you see what made it?
No. All I heard was a noise. An ear-splitting din.
Might this be the culprit? Leave him to us. You've caused enough trouble.
Adamantor is down.
Well, that wasn't too bad. Hardly a threat to the village, but you can't blame the boy for being scared.
You made that look a lot easier than it was.
Do you think that was the beast which attacked you?
That thing? Not a chance. Would have heard it coming a league away. And the blast of water that hit me was beyond anything an Archelon can manage.
Oh. A boy from the village sent me in search of a beast that could conjure such things, but...
That's it. That's the noise I heard. Sounded like it came from the ruins.
I'll go. You head back to Haven and see a healer.
You keep your wits about you, all right? You don't want to end up like me.
To the ruins. Okay. That should be enough. I'm not expecting anything too major. I could be wrong and I could just get my ass kicked again though. We'll find out the hard way.
What do we have here?
A chest full of goodies. Fallen chest of goodies. What do you got for me, babe? Reflection of light, wings of light. And what does that do? Enhances the feet, increasing speed at which the mega flight gauge goes, and extending the input window for the dodge. Okay.
Found her. Something's been busy. Whatever this creature is, it's out for blood. But it's not having ours. Stay close, Torgal. Where are you?
Thalios. Thalalos?
Another fragment of Walius's rage. I should have known. Time to put you to bed too. Nice try. That's better.
Aquageous membrane. Whereas most wings, when removed from the body of their respective owners, tend to grow hard and leathery over the course of a few days, the feather-like wings of Thanatos appear to be indefinitely remain inexplicably and almost frighteningly amount of moisture, obtained by eating Thanatos.
Fingers crossed that's the last of them. Either way, I should let Eirik know the danger is past. For now, at least.
Woohoo! Hey. Something doesn't work. Alright, let's just head back to go and see if I've got the stuff to make my little tomberry now.
Praise be to the heavens. Can't claim I ever had high hopes for you lot, but...
Schmither!
What is it you want?
One more fool's gold is what we need. Elidium.
A good tide to you.
Alright.
I'm so sorry for all the trouble I put.
How many times do we have to tell you? You're not to go out into the woods alone.
But I wasn't alone. You're back.
So? Did you find the fiend that attacked me and young Eirik here?
I did. It won't be troubling you anymore.
Yes. I knew you'd get it.
Only because you warned me of its existence. Not that you should ever have learned of its existence, but all's well that ends well, I suppose.
What was it, anyway?
A manifestation of Leviathan's power. When we visited Walius in the Surge, he was angry and afraid. The Icon summoned these creatures for his protection. Though why one would be wandering the ruins of Riversmeet, I don't know.
Maybe it was looking for his mum. That's where she died, isn't it? The Falls.
The Falls?
Aye. When they took her baby, she threw herself off the top. We go there once a year to pay our respects. The whole village.
An Eggy is a part of its master's spirit, but Walius wouldn't have been aware of what had happened to his mother, would he?
Well, either way, you did us a favor putting that thing to rest. Us and Walius. Thank you.
Aye. Thanks, mister.
Quest complete. Lost in the woods. More Orcorellium.
It was supposed to be me catching the beasts of the forest unawares, not the other way around.
When I grow up, I want to be a mighty warrior like you. I want to train with the sword every day. Inside the village walls, like.
I heard the tributary can fell an ibex from a...
Fly, Ambrosia.
This should be the path to Witchdrop. Hungry, Torgal?
Okay, that's just the add-on saying that they're restoring their times with the outside world. Okay.
Be safe. Farewell.
And here's our welcoming party. Looks like that's the last of them. Now, where's the grave?
Yep, just making sure I was on 2. Because it's roll 2 again.
This must be it.
My lord, thank you for making the path safe again.
Ise. Was that her name?
Yes. Hardly the most fitting tribute for a dominant, is it? A rough-hewn stone with naught but a given name engraved on it. But my ancestors had only been here a matter of weeks when she passed. Every day was a struggle to survive. They had neither the time nor the energy to devote to a more elaborate memorial. Yet they spared what they could to grant her wish, that even in death she might continue to watch over her home.
She lived down there then? In the ruins?
That's right. They were once the living quarters for those who served up in the temple. When the Northern Thanes sent her here to weave her spell, this was where she and her retinue stayed. There were priests, handmaidens, and a knight sworn to shield her from harm. Of course, they were all gone by the time my ancestors arrived, fled or dead in the Western Wars.
All except Ise, who remained till the end. Alone.
Indeed. At least, that is the story as it's been handed down in Haven. But there is an epilogue to the tale. One known only to Lady Shula and myself. Some years after Ise's passing, you see, my grandmother came here to tend the grave, and found a stranger kneeling before it. A knight, dressed head to toe in plate. She asked of him who he was and whence he had come, but received no answer. The only words he spoke were, "Tell me true, whose grave is this?" So she told him of how her people had met and cared for Ise, and how she had died. His only reaction was to stare up at the air of hours in silence. Then he left, never to be seen again.
You said he was wearing plate. Was it black and gold?
Do you know something of him?
When we went up to the Air of Hours to unravel the spell, we were set upon by a shade in the shape of a knight in full plate. It manifested in front of the Vare, and in its ether, I felt Shiva, the witch.
You think this may have been the same man my great-grandmother met? Ise's knight?
I don't know. Maybe. All I can say for sure is it was intent on protecting her creation.
Or perhaps her spirit? What remained of her ether, preserved in the Vare? Perhaps his spirit too became enraveled in her spell, frozen in an eternal vigil.
Till we ended it.
If the shade you fought was Ise's knight, then ending it was the greatest gift you could have given him. Now he can return to the sea, to be with his lady once more. And if his spirit should ever return here to visit her grave, I shall ask his name, that I might carve it in the stone next to hers.
That they might be together. Once and for all.
Quest complete. Beyond the grave. Silver pen. The end can wait. What's that? Complete 10 of Miss Lydia's quests. Okay.
Thank you, my lord, for reuniting them. Thank you, my lord, for reuniting.
So wait, is that still not available to me? That still says inaccessible.
Faster!
Thanks, girl.
Ready,
What's
go?
going on over there then? And why can't I access it? Does that mean I also can't get my tambourine out?
You deserve a rest. Come on.
Yeah, still inaccessible. Okay. Ah. I didn't think it was lying to me.
Praise be to the heavens.
How do I get the Tombury knife? Is the big question.
It was a good thing you did for Talon. Thank you.
How are you liking our home?
About Haven.
With Walius finally free,
We mods of water now must turn to our next dilemma.
it's no secret.
The glamour will only last as long as our crystal dwindling stores of crystals do. The moment the cairn falls, the spell will unravel and our home will be revealed to friend and foe alike.
And while the Empire may have fallen,
The same old way of thinking remains, that one man is better than the other and that slaughtering his lessers is justified. It was which beliefs that drove us into the wilderness, and people's minds aren't too quick to change. There's also the question of the land itself. We've called Mastodia home for 100 summers, but this is the north, and our claim here is strong as the glamour that hides us. Should any of the Thanes who fled south discover the corner of their realm remain untouched by the blight, they will surely move to take it back.
what?
If anything were to befall the Bear, our end would be swift.
Fortunately,
I have the strength of my people to call upon, and the dames too. But should it ever prove not enough, well, don't be surprised if you find another letter on your desk. Though I will be sure to sign this time.
I expect you're wondering.
How a girl of so few summers found herself with an entire tribe to look after? The answer is simple: bad luck. This was my father's job, you see, till illness took him, and since I had the misfortune to be born first, the burden of leadership fell to me before I'd seen my 16th name day.
So I shouldered it.
Told myself I was going to be the one to finally save the world, to lead us out of hiding, out of squalor. The outside world was calling and I was going to answer. But I didn't have a clue what I was doing, and there's good reason that people have stayed hidden for so long. And in my rush to bring about change, I ignored the warnings of my elders and almost immediately found myself in dire straits.
This close.
To losing everything my ancestors suffered for, and I would have too, had the heavens not sent the dame my way. She rescued me before the Inquisitors could do their worst, took me in, showed me what it meant to be a leader, not to fight for great ideals, but for the people in your charge. And since that day, she's been a friend to the Moats of Water, providing us with work, aid, and information, keeping us appraised of the realm's shifting currents, and if it was from her we learned the stories of the dominance, humbled and cracked crystals. Stories that ultimately led me to you.
It wasn't easy, though.
Convincing my people that inviting you here was the right thing to do. We hadn't allowed a single outsider into our village for nigh on a century. And then I suggested we welcome the most notorious of the age.
Thank you, Clive.
For proving me right, for a change. And about Walius.
Surprise, he eats. He
He
sleeps.
Sometimes long enough for you to close your eyes
In
yourself.
other words,
He's the same as any other Bane, from the outside at least. There's no telling what effects all those missing years will ultimately have. For decades people have feared him, pitied him, bemoaned his fate, and what he needs now is for someone to love him, a mother. The trouble is, I've no experience rearing a child, let alone one who could drown a lot of us in a fit of pick.
he may have soothed the savage beast.
But it's clear that some of the Acheon still swims in his blood. So if my attempts to placate this little monster should ever chance to fail, I hope you won't mind me asking for your help again.
And even if I don't,
I'll trust you visit anyway. The boy wants to see his Uncle Clive.
you are always welcome in Haven.
Yes, my lord.
Ask about the
I
future.
will continue to support Lady Shula.
However I can, now that she has Wallace to take care of, I expect I'll be busier than before. It's been generations since we last raided a dominant of Leviathan, and it's a great responsibility for anyone to bear. But Lady Shula will not have to bear it alone. Supporting her means supporting them both. It also means preparing a re-entry into the outside world. We have not the crystals to sustain the glamour for many more moons. Inevitably, there will be those who resist the idea, given our history has with us ample reason to fear life beyond the walls, and that's before we had Weir and the
The change
Bear.
is coming.
Whether we like it or not, troubled waters lie ahead, through which Lady Shula must try to steer a
And
course.
steer one she shall.
With me providing a steady hand on the tiller if ever she should need it. Asking about her people's history.
Long ago.
Our people dwelled in a piece of land blessed by Drake's Horn down in southern Ash. But Drake's Horn fell and our ancestors were forced to leave the homeland and to search for new pastures.
So we wandered.
Pulling our worldly goods into battered carts and sleeping beneath the stars. If tides carried us to unclaimed soil, we tilled. If not, we traded our meager possessions with the locals.
Never did we settle in any one place.
We became what we thought always to consider ourselves to be, a river, forever flowing, forever meandering across the land. Yet our river did not always flow freely. In Sandbreck we found ourselves hunted by the Gregorian clergy, who laboured to get rid of their incoherent empire of each and every heretic who dared set foot in there.
Their cullings came close to staying our river's course.
But despite their claims of victory, we godless barbarians survived, albeit few in number. After many more years of wandering, of suffering, we finally found a way to Valisthea, a new home, our haven. And the rite of immersion.
80 years have come and gone.
Since our people took it into their heads to try and transform a poor child into the heart of a mud grizzle. They erected an altar upon Cape Nato, especially for this purpose. They claimed the site was chosen for its religious significance, the way the pronominty divided the sea, representing the break in our history, and that the Mother Crystal was should usher in. But if you ask me, the distance of the village and the clear line of sight between it and the ire of ours counted just as heavily in its favour.
The plan was simple.
They would feed some manner of grisly offering to Elias, which they believed could draw out the latent powers, then freeze him in time, using the witch's spell. They might serve as a constant conduit of aether.
Sadly for them.
The first part worked rather too well. Whatever the nature of that evil concoction, it brought forth Leviathan, who raged and roiled at the discomfort. As only a discomforted infant can. Every soul on the cape was killed in an instant. Valisthea would have been lost to the waves entirely were it not for the second party on the mountain, who wove the witch's spell as fast as their trembling hands would let them. It drove the Echion back into Elder's body, where it remained channeled in aether through the poor child's semi-prime form ever since.
Yet,
their ill-begotten heart never did create a single shard of crystal, for our ancestors' plan was doomed to fail at the first, whatever they may have told themselves.
Fare you well, my lord.
Alright, well, that's all the quests here. And nothing to do with Fool's Gold yet, so we're just going to head back to the hideaway. Get ourselves all ready to start the new one. Alright. Well guys, that's going to be me done for the day. Thanks very much for watching. Do any likes, follows, comments or subscribes that you may wish or want to do now or in the future. When we get back, it is time for the Echoes of the Fallen. To see what that quest leads me. And then I'll also have a quick look to see where I can get some more Fool's Gold. But yeah, we also need to get some Gunthea going. And then some Crosswell. Or Abyssal Tear. I think Abyssal Tear. Crosswell can wait. Until then, I'll catch you in the future.